Yoga basics. Start down on the ground, sitting on a block. Sitting on a block on your knees, I should say. Virasana. This is where your heels come to the outside, your legs together, and you're working these knee caps to face the ceiling. Shrug your shoulders back, arms down by your side. We're going to do our breath from here. So you're pushing into your feet a little bit. There's a little bit of integrity, a little bit of buoyancy, but for the most part, you're just stacking your bones and finding your full, complete breath. Just a couple to settle in, the kind that fills up your whole belly, chest, throat, and head. And exhales, let it all go, go, go. Your awareness goes to the transitions, noticing how they land at first, and then seeing what you can do about it, about smoothing them out any amount. For the next several rounds of breath, notice what the count of your inhales and exhales are at this point, and then make your exhale the count of 4 longer. We often do 3, today we're doing 4. So on your inhales, if you're in for 6, then you're out for 10. In for 6. Out for 10. Three more rounds. One last round, in for 6. And out for 10. And then return to your normal yogic breath, just a full deep breath. Close your eyes and just take notice of what kind of effect that has on all your systems, your sensory system, your nervous system, your heart rate, your cardiovascular system. And then flicker your eyes open. Come forward off your block. Curl your toes under. And bringing your torso forward onto your knees. Keeping your torso forward on your knees. Even if your knees are bent, that's okay. Just dangle, let your head heavy. So my torso's still on my knees. And then little by little, on each inhale, maybe you straighten your legs any amount more. And the exhale, still let yourself fold. One more. And then give yourself a really good bend in both knees. And inhale to roll yourself up to stand. You can remove the block for now and find your way to the front of your mat. Find Tadasana. Ground yourself down real firmly. Inhale, sweep your arms up, look up. Exhale, fold at the waist, over we go. Inhale, halfway, bring your hands to your shins, look across the room. Exhale, fold again. Plant your hands on either side of your foot and step your right foot back to a high lunge. You can have blocks here if you want them. On your next inhale, step your right foot back up to your left. Try to be strong in your left so you're almost balancing as you return your right. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your left foot back. On your next inhale, same thing. Be strong in your right leg as you lift off the back and return it to the front. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale all the way up, reach up. Exhale, arms to your side. Samastitihi. Inhale, sweep them up, look up. Exhale, over we go. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back, and then your left for plank. Two more breaths here. And then on an exhale, push your hips up for downward facing dog. And take your time, kind of pedal out your legs. Just kind of settle into it, land into it, a couple of breaths. And then begin on the inhales to press your arms away from the mat. Exhales, allow your heels to drop any amount. Inhale to look up between your hands. And exhale, just using your tippy toes, walk forward to meet them. Hands to your shins, inhale halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, back to square one. Cross your right leg over your left. And just look down at your feet and see if you can't get them as parallel, as even as you can. And then square your hips to the front, shoulders to the front. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, over we go. We're going to stay for a few. So a little bend in that back leg. And then just pay attention to the distribution of your feet, the weight in each foot. Notice how you sway, if you're swaying. Find stability. Cultivate steadiness. Inhale. Come all the way back up. Reach up. Exhale, release your legs as you release your hands. And then switch. Same thing, just get a peek down there. See if you can't square those toes off. And then your hips. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, over we go. Let your head go. And then check in with everything else. On an inhale, come all the way back up, reach up. Exhale, release your legs as you release your arms. Back to Tadasana. Inhale, reach up, look up. Exhale, over we go. Inhale halfway, look across the room. Exhale, plant your hands, step your right foot back, and then let the heel come to the floor and sweep your hands forward for warrior one. Two more breaths. Soften it all. Relax, relax, relax. Exhale, release your hands down by your foot. Turn your toes back up and step back up to center. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, plant your hands. Step your left foot back. Heel to the floor. Inhale up. Warrior one on this side. Last breath. Exhale, frame your foot with your hands. Turn your heel up and gently step it back to the front. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Exhale, Samasthiti. I'm going to use the chair for this next one. A wall is really good too. We're working on balancing today, stability, steadiness. So maybe I should do this. So same forward fold. I'm gonna inhale, raise it up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold again. And this time, raise your right leg up and place it on the chair. And then, if you have blocks handy, they're super handy. Because then the work that you're doing is growing strong at the top of this back leg. So I'm light in my chair back here and really strong in this leg so that it lifts me up a little. And then when I feel really strong in that leg and I'm ready, I'm going to grow tall again in the lengthy. Exhale, bend any amount more, and then lift my back leg any amount more. Exhale, release and come up. And then release it down all the way. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold completely. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, Samasthiti. Inhale, sweep them up, look up. Exhale, over we go. This time as you inhale, you're going to raise your left leg, place it on the chair. And what I was saying about this leg, so without being strong here, it just kind of collapses into this hip. So you activate, starting from the ankle, all the way up, up, up. So now I'm growing out of that hip, not collapsing into it. Once I have that established, then inhale, lean forward, let your left leg come up. Exhale, return that down. And then release your foot. Inhale, halfway lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up. Reach up. Exhale, Samasthiti. We can use the chair another way. You can turn it. Maybe I'll just face this way. So the back is going to face you for this first round at least. And your right foot is going to be, like if you're standing in Tadasana, your left foot's going to come back not quite as far as your Virabhadrasana poses. And this is where you would be straddling the line so that everything can be square with the chair. Little bend in both knees so you're not hyperextending. Keep the weight in the back as you inhale, grow tall. Keep the weight in the back, keep the weight in the back. And then once your head comes in line with your arms, stay. You're going to reach your right hip back and your left hip forward. And now exhale, let your head go. On an inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, step this foot gently back to the front. And we'll switch. Right foot steps back. You'd be straddling. Hips square, shoulders square. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, fold. Bend in both knees. First, you keep your head in line with your arms. Get lengthy as you pull that left hip back, right hip forward. And then exhale, let your head go. On an inhale, come all the way back up. Exhale, be intentional with your balance as you step your foot forward. Cool. Switch so that you're now on the seat of the chair rather than the back of the chair. You see it coming, same thing. We step left foot back first. Square it all up. And when you're ready, exhale brings you forward. Your hands now to the seat of the chair. And you can use pushing into the chair to get this hip back and this hip forward. Inhale, look up at your hands on the chair. Then come all the way up and gently step that foot together. Other side. Square it all off. Keep reaching for the outside edge. Exhale, come forward. Inhale, look up at your hands. And then come up to stand. And then gently step that all together. All right. Now a little, use the chair if you want to have it, if your chair's out and you want to use it for stability. We are going to do 2 other balancings. Sometimes I just wish I had a better wall situation. So the first, and I also want you to see what's going on, so the chair situation. We're going to do Warrior 3. So we kind of, when we did Ekapada Uttanasana, one like the standing splits, that's kind of part of what's going on here. But now we're going to come forward. Exhale, get you lengthy, come forward so your hands come to the chair. And then press firmly into the chair so you can keep all the space and length in your spine. Get really strong in that left leg, that standing leg, and then sweep the right leg back. This is just going back to 90, not as high as we were trying to get earlier. So this is just there. So your hands are on the chair. So you can kind of play with where you stack yourself. We're going to do another round so you don't have to reach for it yet. So exhale, release this side. And maybe it actually works best for you to be at the top of your chair. I'm thinking of each of you, and we're all a little bit different here. So I'll do the other side on the top. So exhale, come forward. Inhale, sweep. Yeah, the top is too tall for me to get what I need. And then I got to get strong in the standing leg. Now it's really far away. So you press into the chair to figure out where, like if you were to lighten your load on your hands, where does your body have to be stacked so that you can do that? Exhale, release it, and come on up. So I said we'll do either side again. I think I'm going with the seat of the chair this way. And you can totally keep using the chair the way we just did, or you can find that spot and try to lighten your load with your hands. So in order to do that, inhale, grow nice and tall, strong in the legs as you come forward. Got to get strong in this left leg. Sweep the right leg back. And then one way you can do it is just lift the left and then the right. Maybe both, or just come up to a fingertip. Wherever you are, maybe you don't want to challenge yourself at all today. Some days are that way. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Exhale, release that leg. Inhale, come up. Take a break. Inhale, grow tall. Exhale, forward. Inhale, sweep the left up. Same things. Where do you want to be today? Exhale, release that down. And come on up. Now you're going to bring your chair so that your left leg is going to step across it. And your right leg is going to reach back. Kind of for the lunge first. Get yourself situated. And then allow your heel to come to the floor. Turn everything, kind of warrior two body. Reach outside edge of that back foot. Grow tall in your torso. Inhale, keep the length in this rib cage as you come forward. You can grab for the back of your chair, the seat of your chair. This elbow is going to come in front of your knee. Stop here for a sec. Reestablish that back leg. Get lengthy in the ribs. And on an exhale, look down at your front foot. Extend this arm. You may want to block down here. I probably do. So that your body can stay long, but come down even further. And you can keep your hand on the back of the chair. You can keep your gaze where it just was at your foot. You can turn it to neutral, or you can look up towards the ceiling. And then one more thing you can do while you're here, if you'd like. This feels so good to me that it's hard to want to change and do anything else. But you can take your right arm, release it from the chair, and sweep it up over your ear. On an exhale, release your arm, look down at that front foot again, and then inhale, come back up. Right, that's a good one. It's a little intensoid. I say that a lot, I guess. I've been catching myself. So, other side. Right leg across. Start in the lunge with your heels lifted till you can kind of just find your spot on the chair where everything stacks up. And then bring your heel to the floor and then your body into warrior two. Just getting your torso lined up and tall, reaching for that outside edge in the back leg. And then at first, you're going to reach for the back chair, and your elbow, keeping the length in the rib cage, comes down in front of your knee, and you stay. And then you can reach your arm down beside your foot or on a block. Elbows still pressing against your knee, and continue opening up. And if you'd like to take your left arm and sweep it up overhead. On an exhale, look down at your foot. Inhale to sit yourself back up. Come on back to the first side and probably bring your block. And the block is now going to go to the outside of your left foot. Right leg comes back, all the things, check in. First the lunge, and then turn your heel down. Get yourself nice and aligned in the chair. Now, instead of coming into warrior two body, stay so your torso's forward for warrior one. Look at that back leg, straighten it any amount more. And I think you see this coming on an inhale, raise your right arm up. Exhale, reach all the way across. I'm not going for the block today. I'm just going to stay here at the chair. Inhale to come up and out of there. Holy moly. Switch of sides. Get yourself set up. Stay in warrior one. Get your torso lined up, spacey. Check in that back leg. Then inhale, raise your left arm. Exhale, see where it goes as you twist over that bent knee. Soften your jaw. Reduce the tension. Exhale, untwist. Inhale, come back up. Okay, come to stand. Now our legs are ready For one last balancing pose today, the old tree pose. You can use your chair if you would like it for touch and go stability or whatever you need. Ground down your left foot really firmly. Get really strong in this connection piece here as you lift your right, and maybe you land here, or maybe it comes up higher. Check in with your hips and just try to level them off. So that usually means the right hip has to drop a little. Let your shoulders relax, arms by your side. Cool, steady breath. If you'd like to include your arms, raise them up on an inhale. On an exhale, release your arms, and then gently your leg. Awesome. Other side. Ground down really firmly in the right. Decide where your left is going to land. Levelize your hips best you can. And then you decide what you want to do with your arms. I keep trying to look around, and it's not serving me. Exhale, release your arms, and then your leg. All right, grab a strap and come on down to the ground. I feel like it's been a minute since we've done these in the class. If you have bolsters or blocks, you're going to put them on either side of you. This is that series that we did all the time. It's so good for your hip health. So before you even get started, as your feet are on the ground, squish around till you find that nice, healthy, super safe place for your back. Then the strap is going under your right foot to start. And take a couple of breaths. You're just kind of thinking about this part of your leg going away and this part coming up. If you want to extend your left, go for it. Release, check in with your grip on your strap and lighten it, lessen it. Relax your jaw. On an exhale, we're going to do something different today. We're going to release that foot and switch legs before we go out to the side. So we're going to alternate. So left leg, get straight. Orient your hips, your back. Straighten the right leg. Reduce the tension of your grip. Settle in. Switch back to the first leg. You can extend the left leg. And then turn your hips, or turn your thigh, so it makes your toes just go a little over your shoulders. And then on an exhale, come all the way out to the side, hopefully to your block or your bolster, a stack of pillows. And then you know what's coming next. Check in with this left leg that's extended and release the front any amount. Allow that push through the heel and let your leg settle on the mat as much as you can get there. Relax your jaw. On an inhale, this comes back to center and switch legs. Right leg extends, pressing through the heel. Left leg turns out and then comes out to the outside. Once you land wherever you're landing today, check back in here on your hip and let it release, release, release. These are the King Arthur muscles. We're all so tight here from our sitting lifestyle. And then add a mountain living to that and makes this area even tighter and stronger. On an inhale, come on back to center. Switch feet one more time. This time, the leg that's extended does not need to have much integrity. It's kind of loosey-goosey. Switch your strap into your left hand. Right hand comes to the side, palm face down. And then come all the way over for that big IT band stretch. Inhale brings it back to center. Switch sides. I always want to stay there for a really long time. I need it every single time. Let your right leg be loosey-goosey as you exhale and come on over to the right. On an inhale, bring that back to center. Exhale to release. Now both of your feet are on the floor, soles of your feet. And grab your block. You can place it however you like today. So on an inhale, lift your hips up. It's going underneath for bridge. And then let yourself settle back down on it. You can interlace your fingers on the far side of the block. Roll your upper arms under. On an inhale, lift your hips up to remove the block. Exhale, come all the way back down. Take a pause. Exhale, drop your knees over to the right. Inhale to center. Exhale the other way. Inhale back to center. Then we're going to do another bridge. You can do the exact same height, or you can come up a little higher. No wrong answer. Same thing if you can interlace your fingers, great. If you can roll your upper arms under, perfecto. You should be kind of on the back of your head on the occiput. And then inhale, raise your right leg up to the sky. On your next exhale, return that right foot to the floor. Inhale, raise the left. On an exhale, release the left. And then on your next inhale, raise both. You can do Barbie toes. And then exhale, bend your knees. Replace your feet to the floor. Lift up your hips to remove the block. And come all the way down to your back. Take your right ankle, cross it over your left knee. And send the right knee away. On an inhale, lift that foot up, interlace your fingers either underneath your thigh or across your shin. Exhale to release that side. Then the other leg. And switch. The inhale lifts you up. Both feet are flexed. Exhale to gently release the right, and then the left. And then pick your feet up off the floor, your hands to your knees, and kind of pedal out. And circle one way, and the other way. And then inhale yourself up into a ball. And exhale for Shavasana. Let it all go. Relax your jaw, wiggle it, loosen it. Let everything be heavy, heavy, heavy. And bring your breath back as you gently awaken your limbs. Roll off to your side to take a pause. And then press yourself up to a seat. And we'll finish together. Exhale it all. Inhale fills her up. Big sigh. Fill her up again. And the third inhale, you can gather your hands at your heart center. And exhale as you bow your head to your heart. And thank yourself for coming, showing up for your body today. And know that the little light of divinity that shines inside the cave of my heart honors the same in you. Namaste.